Grace and peace, everybody. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. You know what we're about to do. Let's get at it. Happy Lord's Day. Happy Sunday to you all. I'm looking forward to tonight's show. Had some good things planned, and I still have them on the docket, but some things came up, and I want to talk about those as well. So real quick, I want to make sure that the audio sounds good over here in the YouTube streets. I think it does. I think it sounds all right. Dynamite, as Jimmy Walker might have said. Good to see you. I'll just park myself here until the show starts, out walking the dog. Good to see you, Caustic, Chameleon, and Shars in the house. Good to see you both. Thank you all so very much. I really do appreciate y'all taking the time to hang out with me on today. Hopefully you all had a beautiful weekend, a wonderful Lord's Day on this Sunday. Lots of stuff going on in the world, and we got to talk about a lot of it tonight. So I thought cleaning the traps on Friday was going to be sufficient. I thought maybe, washing the traps out on yesterday was going to be suffice. However, I looked today, and lo and behold, a whole nother trap I had not even looked into. Y'all are not ready for some of the stuff I have for y'all tonight. So I'm gonna put my AMA Ask Me Anything on the side burner if you're okay with that. I'm gonna put that on the side for tonight, and we can do that tomorrow if you would like to. We can do it on Tuesday. I know I have Keith Foskey coming in. We're gonna be talking about Christians' roles in government as it relates to civic responsibility. We can find another time to talk about it, because I do want to talk about the birthday celebration that Lady Dear Woke Christian threw for me. I do want to talk about that, and I definitely want to give her a shine. I don't want to take anything from it, however, because I got a lot of stuff I found. I was like, good gracious, how did we miss this, Jason? How did you do this? I don't know, Q. How did I miss it? How did I miss it, Q? I don't know. Is that Sandy? Sandy, Colorado in the building. Good to see you as well. So perfectly, you all had a wonderful weekend. You're getting ready for a great work week on tomorrow. All right. So let's get into this. Let's just jump in, Jason. Let's not take any more time. Tell us, what in the world do we have on docket today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, the epitome of well-run organizations has got to be the Fulton County Commission. All right. Everybody knows about that. Now, on this past weekend, on Friday, forgive me, they literally made an update that I think is going to really play a role, and I'll explain why I think it'll play a role in a moment. The Fulton County Commission updates the ethics, anti-nepotism policies to cover elected officials. One of the problems that came out of the whole Fani Willis debacle was the fact that because she was an elected official, not a hired official, they didn't have rules in place for that. And so that's why she was like, I'm a constitutional employee, I think is what the term was. So the Fulton County Commission has no jurisdiction over her. All right, what happened? All right. Okay. It looks like Rumble just dropped my live stream. I don't know what happened. And we got to keep going. Okay. Can't waste our time. So let us go into this. Let's go. 2 measures strengthening the county government's Code of Ethics were approved of Fulton County Commission during the April 17th, shout out to April 17th, meeting. All right, so good things were happening on last Wednesday. That's always cool. Glad to know that was happening. Commissioner Bob Ellis sponsored the agenda items that clarified who falls under the county's Code of Ethics and doing the same for its anti-nepotism policy. The ethics policy was extended to all types of elected officials in Fulton County that receive Fulton County funds, he told the Rough Draft Atlanta. And Rough Draft is a online newspaper as well that I'll drop the link down in the description. Now, this is kind of interesting because this had not been in place before. So before, again, like there's so much new stuff that's coming because of this whole Fani Willis story, and the whole thing with Trump is like they didn't have this in place before. So therefore, they didn't have any rules. They had no way to actually deal with it. So now let's see what they're going to do. Ellis said that the ethics complaint regarding District Attorney Fani Willis had come before the county's Ethics Commission. That board determined the way the Code of Ethics was written didn't apply to the district attorney. Okay, now keep that in mind, because a lot of people are saying that, well, because this happened in the past, there's nothing that they can do about it now in the future. I want you to think about that for a second, because there's a little caveat that you're going to catch at the end. The new legislation defines what an officer or employee of the county is and states the definition shall include any elected or appointed official whose department or agency is appropriated, or rather is appropriated funds from the county. So basically, if the county's paying for it, guess what? You fall under our purview. That makes perfect sense, okay? The nepotism policy was designed to make sure that elected officials who engage in violations will be subject to some sort of consequences, given the giving the right to set other punishments, and as the commission saw fit, Ellis said. All right, let's keep this going. On the nepotism policy, the complaint had been made to the Ethics Commission Commissioner Natalie Hall. Y'all know who Natalie Hall is. Natalie Hall, let's just scroll back up to the top. Natalie Hall is a black woman that was in trouble because she was having an affair with her chief of staff. And then when the chief of staff said he didn't want to be involved in it anymore, she fired him, and all kinds of foolishness came out of that. Fulton County had to pay, I think it's $1 million in back pay and forward pay. It was crazy. All right, but so this came because of Natalie Hall. So let's keep it going. Lost my place. On the nepotism policy, a complaint had been made to the ethics commissioner. Natalie Hall engaged in a relationship with her former chief of staff, who filed a sexual harassment complaint against her. That was adjudicated in the court of law, Ellis said. The commission voted to censure Hall after the lawsuit was filed, and also for the continued employment of a staff member who violated the county's procedures. So she wasn't only just having an affair, but she kept somebody on staff who had been violating the county's code of ethics as well. So Natalie Hall is just a hot mess. But watch this. So the county had known instances of nepotism with both the district and the attorney. With both the district attorney and the commissioner. Ellis said the policies were not retroactive and have now gone into effect, he said. I think this little sentence right here at the end, even though they're not retroactive. So if I filed a complaint against Fani Willis, let's say I filed a complaint back in February against Fani Willis, and they didn't have this code of ethics in place, so therefore it would not apply. I think that makes sense. The problem is, or what they don't realize, is that I can refile that complaint. So if I filed a complaint and they said, we don't have any jurisdiction over this, there's nothing we can do about it, I can refile that complaint. So that doesn't give her a pass by any way, means, or measures. That actually, in my opinion, actually opens up the door for far more of these cases that come forward, because people have been filing complaints already and they were getting shuttled off because they weren't under the purview of the Fulton County Commission, now have been told that they can, because these cases, they can bring those back as new. I don't think they have a double jeopardy clause as it relates to that. That's going to be crazy. But, well, Jason, why do you say it's going to fall under Fani? What's the big deal? I'm glad you asked that as well. Here we go. Fani Willis gets potentially bad news from Fulton County. Now, this, of course, when they use the word potentially, you got to kind of take that with a grain of salt. Okay, you got to definitely take it with a grain of salt. But I think there's going to be some meat here that we can definitely extract from. So let's keep it going. Let's go. A change to the Fulton County's Board of Ethics policy could expose District Attorney Fani Willis to new complaints. New complaints. So again, those complaints that were before, they never were filed. They never were followed through. So therefore, if I file them now, they're new complaints. Willis has faced increasing scrutiny from the Republican critics, or rather from her Republican critics, as she led the prosecution of former President Donald Trump, who charged in attempts to overrun the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia, and has repeatedly claimed the vote was stolen from him via widespread election fraud, despite a lack of evidence. We're going to scroll down through this. They're going to talk about Trump. We don't care. We already know what's going on with that. All right, we already know what happened with Willis, all that kind of stuff like that. So let's keep going. Some of these concerns were raised in ethics complaints dropped last month after the board determined that it lacked jurisdiction over Willis, a state constitutional employee. That is going to be the problem. Now they've put in place that they can, because you're getting paid from the state. Paid from the county. Therein is the problem. But the ethics board guidelines changed on Wednesday, freeing the board to hear complaints against Willis, according to the report from the Rough Draft Atlanta. So this is Newsweek is reporting on the article that I just read to you. So I think it's fair to say, I think Newsweek is probably trying to be straight shooter. So therefore, we're going to give them the benefit. The amendment refines the definition of an employee to count of the county to include any elected or appointed official whose department or agency is appropriated funds from the county, which would include Willis's office. Let us continue. The policies, however, are not retroactive. That's what they said. In Fulton County Board of Commissioners, Bob Ellis told Rough Draft, meaning the ethics board will not necessarily hear the prior complaints raised against Willis. That does not mean I cannot file a new complaint, though. The ethics complaints centered around Willis's relationship with Wade. Critics argued that the pair benefited financially from the taxpayers' money through Wade's appointment. Willis and Wade said that while they did have a relationship, it did not begin until after Wade was appointed into the position, and therefore no grounds for disqualification, or so they say. Let us continue. Finish this up, Jason. Willis maintains that she did not engage in any wrongdoing. It remains unknown whether Willis will face more ethics complaints. There are complaints coming in left and right and center. I think it goes beyond question that whether or not she's going to face more complaints. It's just how many complaints is she going to face. The ethics board was supposed to hear the case on March 7th, but ultimately determined that it did not due to lack of jurisdiction. So now what does that mean? Willis has also faced, so that means that they can now hear it because they are, in fact, it now falls under their purview. Willis has also faced separate ethics complaints. As the state bar alleges, she misspent state funds with Wade. House Republicans are also investigating whether her office misused federal grant funds. The Department of Justice previously acknowledged inconsistencies in her office's use of some funds, but details remain unknown. Y'all, this is going to get so much worse. So much worse. There's no way that there's not going to at least be some ethics and some censures coming down. There's no way. It's going to happen, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild to see. Good gracious, man. And all because she refuses to position herself in a correct way. I feel like the issue is that she's positioned herself as basically untouchable. I mean, like, you can't sue me. You can't call me on the carpet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. I wanted to actually take the time and dig into the Fulton County Commission. I'm going to probably save that one because I think that one's going to be just a long one. But I do want y'all to remember this. So remember Fani Willis back before while she was running against former district attorney Paul Howard. Let's bring him in.
Saddening to me if young women felt like they came to work and they were, one, even judged for being a woman, but two, if certainly they felt uncomfortable within the workplace. Mm-hmm. That will not be something that is allowed on my watch. Supervisors under my leadership that are not encouraging and building up my staff will not be supervisors long in my administration. And I certainly will not be choosing people to date that work under me. Let me just say that. We are at a place in society where things happen in people's relationships, husband and wife. Sometimes there are outside relationships. I don't think that that's what the community is concerned about, although there might be a moral breaking in that. I think that what citizens are really, really concerned about is if you chose to have inappropriate contact with employees. I mean, there's nothing that I can say on it other than it is distracting. It is certainly inappropriate for the number one law enforcement officer in this state. And it really, really saddens me. And it will be very unfortunate if the taxpayers of this community have to pay for any of those lawsuits.
Exactly. That's the way I feel about it also.
That thing is going to come back to haunt her for sure. It's going to come back and haunt her for sure. So now Fulton County, she's literally, just 3 years later, she's literally embroiled in everything that she just said was inappropriate, was not going to happen, which was a shame and a distraction. She's literally embroiled in all of it. My goodness in the morning. My goodness in the morning. That has got to be the high watermark of just outright insanity, but that's what she gets. She did that to herself. Nobody made her engage in said relationship with Nathan Wade. But before we get too far, I do want to ask you a question, and I got to give a shout out to some super chats, and I also want to shout out to the live chat. This is something I want you to think about. What has Fani Willis done? What has she done right now up to this point that you said she should be awarded, she should be recognized, she should be honored, any of that kind of stuff like that? What would you say, like, okay, this is an example of what she has done as it relates to why she should be honored and recognized, so on and so forth? I just want you to think about that. And now I want to shout out, thank you so much, guys, Fancy Girl. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me get that sound effect in there for you. Got to get that for you. Why did you not have it ready, Jason? Rico. Thank you so much for the Rico Defense Fund support. Thank you so much, God Fancy Girl. She just says grace and peace. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And y'all, I want to thank you all in the live chat because you all make this chat fun. You all make it fun. And I can tell you now that the National Hot Wheels Society of America is thinking about giving us an award. So this, I mean, not only are we getting awards intergalactically, interstellar, all that kind of stuff, but we're getting awards from the National Hot Wheels Society of America. This live chat is popping. I'm telling you, everybody wants to be a part of it, and you all make it happen. So I want to thank you all very much. I want to thank not only the day ones, not only the people that this is their first day, but I want to thank everybody who's come on board, who's been supporting this channel, whether it be liking, viewing, commenting, all of that. Thank you very much. And if you don't know, my name is Jason. I'm a guy here in Atlanta that likes to talk about social commentary from a Christian male perspective. I thank you all for checking it out. If you do like this content, if you don't mind, I got 27 likes on this video. If I could get to 30, it would be great. We currently have almost 90 people watching. So a third of that would be great. If I get all, 2 more people to like this video, that would be great. If you don't like this content, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just hit the like button 3 times. It kind of sort of does the same thing, but not really. Thank you again, every last one of you. Thank you, God's Fancy Girl. Real quick, give a shout out to some people that are up in the building. Shara's here. Of course, I like to say Shara. Shout out to Shara. I see Q is asking about what they had for dinner tonight. Seems like that's the family reunion question of the evening. Discernment Files is in the house. Good evening, folks. Good evening. Patricia Grant is here. All right. Grace and peace to you, friend. Always good to see you. Joining late, Shari says, grace and peace on this beautiful Lord's Day. Oh my, what we got now? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. There we go. Fani's hiding that information. That's unequivocal, Discernment Files. That is without question. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, the hypocrisy is pretty staggering. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh my gosh. Wait till you see the dress comment. Wait till you see the dress comment, Sandy, Colorado. Don't even worry. I got one for you. Y'all are not ready for it. All right. She can be honored for the biggest hypocrite award with that last clip. I think that's good. Okay. Fani, intoxicated with money and power. Okay. Please like and subscribe to the video. Thank you so much, Shara. Thank you so much. Okay. I got one for y'all. Y'all are not even ready for this one. I promise you, because I haven't seen anybody talk about this. So somehow or another, Dear World Christians traps have been catching some killers. Okay, my traps have been catching some serious game. So shout out to the traps. I noticed, like yesterday, I had the Joe Biden at that church in South Carolina, and just starting going down the rabbit trail, going down the rabbit hole. Lo and behold, found some good stuff there. Right? Watch this one. So. One of the things that, and I asked y'all before, like, what would you honor Fani Willis for? If we go back in time, go back in the theater of your mind. If we go back to the theater of our minds and we remember when Fani Willis came in during the disqualification hearings, this is the infamous Brahma Bull in the China shop approach. There's a couple things that really stood out among other things. And I think we could talk about decorum. We could talk about candor. There's that word, the smell of mendacity, of course. But I think it's fair to say that one of the things that would pop up that we would probably say, yeah, that was a takeaway from that was the whole commentary about her dress. Does everybody remember that? Matter of fact, let's just drop a dress emoji in the chat. I already got the dress emoji ready. All right, we'll drop the dress emoji because that was like one of the things that came up out of that was that the dress, the pink dress, was a subject of discussion, shall we say, because of there were people arguing that the dress was on backwards, it was frumpy, all that kind of stuff like that. The way she dressed was kind of like a big deal. That kind of came out of it was definitely something of discussion, Saturday Night Live type of situation. Another thing that came out of that, yeah, she's allegedly the face of feminism. But wait till you see what I'm about to show you, Pauline. Just wait. But another thing that came out of that was the whole discussion about cash. Everybody remember that, right? Cash. She was talking about how she had cash in the house. And yes, Brando, the odor of mendacity coming out of that dress. Absolutely. So there was a lot of discussion about cash and a dress. I think those are two things that we can say, those are the two takeaways, if you will, from that discussion that came out of there. Good or bad, they came from them. I'm trying to find the money. There we go, the money bag. There we go, the money bag emoji. I'm gonna drop that in there as well. This right here. So apparently on Friday, so today's Sunday, Friday, the Cobb County, let me make sure I got the proper title of this organization. Let's pull it in real quick so y'all can see it too, because you're not ready for this. Fani Willis gets awarded from the Democrats as she prosecutes Donald Trump. All right. Right. They're giving her an award, and this was given on Friday. So just recently. And the funny thing is the article has nothing, it says nothing about what she's done to justify being awarded and this is what she was awarded on Friday night. Willis was honored with the Woman of Influence Award at the Cobb County Democratic Committee annual fundraiser gala. The gala serves as the largest fundraiser for local candidates running for office. The committee's acting chair, Essence Johnson, said, according to the Fox News affiliate, whatever. Okay, they never tell what she actually is affiliated with. Like, what would be something that you would honor her for? They talk about the fact that she's trying to prosecute Trump. They talk about how she's trying to fend off from a Democrat and a Republican running for her office, for her seat. But they never actually say what she's done, what she's actually done. And I'll leave the links to this in the description so y'all can go back through. They talk about the people that are running for her. They're running for the office. And then they talk about the infamous Nathan Wade situation. But they really don't talk about anything that Fani Willis has done to justify being considered let me make sure I say it right again, a woman of influence. Where is it? The Woman of Influence Award for the Cobb County Democratic Committee annual fundraising gala. Like, what is she influencing? Or like, what would you award her for? What would you award her for? Like, I'm just trying to understand. And again, this article gives you nothing. It just rehashes the whole disqualification case. Nothing new, nothing more, nothing of note, if you will, nothing that stands out. And you know what? I'm willing to give her that she's done things in Fulton County. That's perfectly fine. Then tell us what you've actually done that would be of note. That would be it. Where is it? Absolutely nowhere. But guess what? I actually have the video of her opening for this award. I don't know why the person didn't record the entire thing. But she gave, it's like the first 30 seconds, if you will, almost a minute of her getting ready to accept this award. And, most of the time when somebody comes up to accept an award, there's usually some kind of lighthearted approach, maybe giving, thanking the people that are honoring them. Thank you so much to the host or whatever like that. Maybe some self-deprecation, maybe some kind of comedy to kind of lighten the mood. And then you go into the actual acceptance speech. Perfectly fine. Makes perfect sense. No problem. Listen to what she jokes about, though. I just thought it was like, yo, are you for real? Let's go. The joke is hilarious. Okay. And yeah, this is funny. Hold on. Hold on one second. Real quick before we get in there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you everybody that stopped through all tonight. Looks like we got about 138 of y'all. I appreciate every last one of y'all taking the time to hang out with me on this evening. Give me your feedback and your thoughts. Dropping those dress emojis, I appreciate. Dropping the money bag emojis, I appreciate it. The odor of mendacity, absolutely. Man, stop it. Man, please. To the title, Black women are untouchable, and they know it, with all sarcasm. I got you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go with, and I understand, JT Devereaux. I understand. I totally get it. But when we look up at Dalton, Illinois, and we see what kind of havoc Tiffany Henyard is getting, when we look at the commissioner right here, Natalie Hall in Fulton County, when we see other Black women, what's the young lady's name? In Maryland, the young female that, went to jail for the doggone PPP loan. I'm sorry, something. Now, again, there's a whole laundry list of possibles. So not jail doesn't have to be the only one. Disbarment doesn't have to be the only one. There's a lot of ways that to skin this cat, so to speak. So with that being the case, I'm like, no, there's just too many options. When you look at the mayor up in, I think it's called East Point, Michigan, she was very wild, and they threw her out as well. When you look at, there's been quite a few Black women that have met some form of justice. So I don't think that, I'm not willing to say nothing's going to happen. I totally get why you say that, though, but I don't believe nothing's going to happen. Brandon said, hey, man, I tried to take her to this nice winery, and she wants Grey Goose. Horrible date. I got you. Yeah, it's a made-up award, that's for sure. But I'm just like, what are you awarding her for? Like, what has she actually done that you feel she has been of influence? I'm not trying to be funny. Sure, I disagree with her, but I'm willing to hear what is your case for her being a woman of influence. What is it? What is it? What is your case for that? I don't think there is one. All right. Dear World Christian, she's awarded for being Black and female. Let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. Now, that's probably more true than false. Absolutely. Let's go. Mosley, that's her name. Mosby, that's her name. Yes, thank you. Marilyn Mosby, thank you. Yes, there we go, Brando. That was her. I was going to do, and I might still do it, like a top 10 DEI hires that have backfired. I'm thinking about doing that. So don't be surprised if y'all see that one day. They turn slowly. They do turn slowly. That is a true statement. It's supposed, if I'm not mistaken, the primary Brando is May 21st. If I can have the moderators just look real quick and let me know for certain, you can drop it in the chat or text it to me. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's May 21st. And like I told y'all, if I'm going to go and do a live stream from Fulton County. I know I'm going to need the RICO. I'm going to need my RICO defense fund for sure. Because, Fani could throw me in jail. She'd throw some RICO charges on me. But, no matter what, I'm doing one for the team. I'm taking one for the team. And if she gets primaried, AKA, if she gets primaried and she gets sat down, oh man, it's going to be a wild ride. We're going to be in there all the time. When I realize how close Fulton County is to my house, it's not that far. It's not that far at all. So we could just roll through there real quick. And top 10 DEI hire backfires. Because, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. The problem is finding only 10. That's the problem. Like, whittling it down to 10 is going to be more problematic than anything else. There's a lot of these out there. So, absolutely. Okay, so with no further ado, do you know what her poll numbers are? I don't know, but that's a great question. I had not planned on talking about that, so I don't know. I'll do a little quick look, but I want y'all to see this. Her at the Democrat Women's, what was it called again? All right, this is the, all right, so she's accepting the Woman of Influence Award from the Cobb County Democratic Committee Annual Fundraising Gala. I do think it's interesting that she wasn't in Fulton County, which just seems interesting to me. But with no further ado, let's go.
Like, don't this dress look good, y'all? That's what happens when you keep cash in the house.
You heard her. She is joking about the dress. She is joking about having cash in her house. Now, granted, I've heard from very smart attorneys explain why attorneys would have cash in their house, and it does make sense. So I'm not mad that you would have cash in your house. I just don't think, but even in that case, that gentleman did kind of allude that it's high probable that she's just lying, but there's no way to know for a fact because, again, she had no receipts. So she comes up here and like literally her opening salvo, her opening to this acceptance speech is joking about her dress, which she's done that before. And she did it at the church speech. She talks about how she shops at Ross and she got a $29 dress. But then here she actually jokes about like, oh, I look nice because it's good to have cash in the house. That is grimy. That is grime-tastic. Oh my gosh, that's grimy. Real quick, because I want y'all to make sure y'all didn't. Let's do that again. I just want y'all to see that again because I really don't think people heard that. So let's go. Last time.
Like, don't this dress look good, y'all? That's what happens when you keep cash in the house. I ain't gonna act up to it. All right. Good evening. What a wonderful turnout and
What is the woman of influence that she is? I'm just being for real. Like, what woman of influence is Fani Willis? What, like, for real? And then sadly, looking over again, this person is from the local news here in Atlanta. She was there and she recorded that little segment. I don't know why she didn't record the whole thing. And I searched high and I searched low to find it. And I just couldn't find it. So I couldn't find anybody else. I saw those cameras though. I know like people were there recording, but I didn't find anybody else actually giving a longer snippet than that short snippet that she had there. But again, looking over the land, looking over there, it looked like a lot of brown faces. A lot of highly melanated people were kiki-keying and clapping, making all that yummy sounds about that. So therein is part of the problem. Why? Again, I'm like, why'd you gotta come to Cobb County? Like you could have done this in Fulton County if you were so excited and so proud of yourself. But what are they rewarding you for? What is the influence that they are proud of? Which woman in there is okay with Fani Willis working with her husband? What man is like, oh yeah, this is the chick I need to work with. She's such a reasonable person. Who is saying that? It was crazy. Okay. Well, Sybil, I am glad that somebody likes her. Praise God, somebody likes her. I don't think anybody doesn't like her. It's the fact that anybody wants to be like her. Therein is the problem, Sybil. But thank you always for stopping by. You always drop some of the best commentary and support of Fani, which is always cool. That's cool. But you've never actually answered the question about what you're actually proud of, which is be great if you would do that. Take the time to tell me what you're proud of about good old Fani. Right. Like we could do this. Like, what about the Sexual Deviant Award, maybe? Right. What woman's okay with her husband working with him? Like for real, with her, for real. Like for real. Like what are we excited about? I saw that and I said, you've got to be kidding me. What are y'all excited about? What are you kicking and clapping and all that about? What are you excited about as it relates to Fani? Like, again, even in the article and that is talking about her receiving the award, all they're talking about is the Trump case and the fact that she's trying to fend off two possible opponents in her next race. That's it. There's nothing of note. Like, oh yeah, this is what she's done. She's been, and Lord knows, if we look at the YSL case, that was actually what I was going to talk about tonight, was the YSL case. But if you look at that, that's not something of note. That's not something that's memorable. Like, wow, they're really crushing it over there. That's not it. And for sure, and please remember, they've done nothing in the Trump case. They've actually moved the needle nowhere. Again, they haven't paneled a jury. They haven't even gotten through the opening motions. They haven't even started selecting a jury for crying out loud. None of that. So no, I mean, like what is she of influence in? Like, no question, not trying to be foul about it, but like, what is the influence that you're celebrating? Just wondering from your big sister. Like, what is it? All right, let's keep this going. Discernment File says, I bet all those people go to her church cheering her on. Well, she professes, according to her book, she professes to be a Roman Catholic. So I just think that's adorable as well. I do find it interesting that persons who subscribe to Roman Catholicism rarely go to Roman Catholic churches. They go to Black Baptist, Black AME churches, which just seems weird when they're doing their political stump speeching, which again, I've told y'all before, I think is totally inappropriate for anybody, Republican or Democrat. It's inappropriate. Oh, by the way, shout out to Smyrna Press. We did not have any politicians in our church this morning. So shout out. I will be going back next week. Actually, I'll be going there tomorrow. I would say that a single man would love to work with her for all the benefits, but she doesn't discriminate against married men either. Well, therein is a problem. Shara, therein is the problem. Scorpion Queen's brooch is more influential than her. Yo, I would love to meet the Scorpion Queen. I would love to meet her. Oh my gosh. She just seems like a lot of fun. She just seems like, I've been introduced to some very interesting people in the field of law since this all has been going on. And my goodness, in the morning, there are some smart men and women on both sides that I would love to actually meet face to face, have a conversation with, on camera or not. I would be like, man, that they seem like they would be fun. They seem like they would be a hoot. So who knows, man? Maybe if anybody has a relationship with them, I would love to meet with, like, Phil Holloway or Rachel Kaufman, Ashley Merchant. Like, her office is down the street from my daughter's school. Like, what? I would love it. I would love it. Or any of them. I mean, I just think it would be fun. I mean, I know where Terrence Bradley's son gets his haircut. I mean, like, yo, I would love to meet him and just kind of talk with him and just kind of hear his side of the story, or Nathan, any of them. I would love to actually meet them face to face, just have a conversation with them. Karen is kind of right there. Man, that thing jumped out real quick. I see it. And she influenced Judge McAfee from proper reprimand she deserves. I agree. Yo, somebody yesterday, and you know what? I got to make sure. I am going to put these links in the description. I promise you. Somebody yesterday, I don't remember who it was, but they recommended that because I was talking about Nathan Wade. And I was like, man, his body language, this, that, and the other, body language, and such like that. And they recommended a YouTube channel where it's 4 men. Here it is right here. The Behavioral Panel. My goodness, in the morning, shout out to whoever recommended this channel to me. I'm going to put this one in the chat right now. Don't go over there now, though. Don't go while I'm still talking. Go afterwards. But these guys are, man, if you had any questions about Nathan Wade's body language, if you were concerned, and Fani's, they did one on Fani as well, but I was watching the one on Nathan right now. If you were interested at all, like I was just like, yo, his body language seems weird. He got that smile on his face, and I didn't understand what was going on. These gentlemen are like, they train interrogators. They're proficient in body language and body language tactics and all this kind of stuff like that. They were really, I couldn't finish it all because it was just so, like, wow. So shout out to whoever recommended that one to me. I don't remember who it was, but they said you should look into these people. I think they even shot me a message about it. And needless to say, I got it, and I'm so thankful that they did, because this is a lot of information. So shout out to these guys. I think his name's Greg and Scott and Chase and Mark. These guys are super smart, super smart. So if you're interested in body language and all that kind of stuff like that, and all that, how that works, again, because I don't know anything. I'm a pre-K law student. I'm just here reading the news, giving my opinion. These guys know what they're talking about. So it was really insightful. So again, I have to go back and find who it was that recommended these guys, but they were really smart. Long story short, check them out after you get done with this video. Behavior Man. Oh, Behavior Men. Is that what this is called? Is that, it says the Behavior Panel. Is it the same people, Terry? I know like the decoder, what's this guy? Martin Decoder or something like that. He was really good too. Like you all have exposed me to a whole new realm. So I just want to, again, hats off to you all. You all have been killing it, crushing it. So thank you all a lot for that. And by the way, these guys have some fantastic audio. I was like, I called the guy that helps my business partner at my studio. I'm like, yo, these guys' audio is on point. I said, we got to get our audio game up. Here they are right here. It's out of frame. I don't know what I did wrong. I just pulled it in. But yeah, it was super, man. It was wild. Oh man, thank you, man. Rico Smith in the building. Epic fail in the background. Oh, okay. You dropped thank you so much, Smith Trotter, dropping the super sticker. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Rico super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Is that where we have four guys doing the body language? Yes. I think that's that's them. And they just explain, they're just like explaining like, why was Nathan smiling like that? What was the whole point of him restating questions? And I had to say, they were very harsh on, y'all know I was team Ashley Merchant. I was like, oh, Ashley. They explained a lot of the things that Ashley did wrong. And because again, this guy is like I think his name's Chase. He's like, he trains interrogators. Like, can you imagine the stuff that he's done? All right, so this guy right here at the bottom, he trains interrogators. I'm sorry, it's kind of frames wrong. I just want to pull it in. And he was just kind of explaining, and this gentleman right here, Scott. I like Scott a lot because Scott, kind of re-explains how she could have gotten, how Ashley, he knew where Ashley was trying to go, and he explains how she could have asked the question differently to get back on track because she had asked the question wrong in his mind, and Nathan just took it and ran with it in the wrong direction. And it was really, again, it was super insightful. So again, I don't remember who told me about these guys, who told me to check them out, but kudos to you because it was super informative. I like hearing new stuff that I didn't know before. And this one, by and large, is stuff I've never heard before. And just stuff you just kind of think like, oh, why is he smiling like that? Or like, what does it mean when he leaned forward every time he was answering a question and such like that? It was crazy. So shout out to, again, whoever did that. Check these guys out. I know nothing more about them than the fact that I just watched 2 videos of theirs or 1.5 videos of theirs. And I thought it was super helpful. So check them out. Appreciate it. Thank you again, Smith. Thank you so much for the super sticker, helping me out with my Rico Defense Fund. Rico. All right. Thank y'all so much. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. So we watch YouTube, says that they've watched it and they found it pretty good. I like it. Yeah, here's Char right here. If Fani is the strong black woman we should all look up to, I'm very sad for Black female community. I got a question for you. What about Nathan's wife? Do we look up to her? Does she get any woman of influence? Does she get any level of notoriety and kudos and yummy sounds and people clapping like seals for her? What about her? Does she get that? I'm just wondering. Okay. But no, Fani, the side chick can, but the wife cannot. Okay. Okay. Makes perfect sense. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. You've won me over. You've made sense. You know what? I do want to talk about something. So I had started out initially just wanted to do a Q&A, and that's basically just ask any questions that you want to ask. And you know what? We can do that now because I think I cleared up all the traps. I feel like they're good. If you have a question you want to ask Dear Woe Christian, you can hit me with that, drop a question in the chat, and you can just literally put question or put the word question or put a big capital Q, something like that. I want to talk about something. So back during the disqualification hearing with the Brahma bull, Fani Willis coming in the pink dress, she mentioned something that they went on a Royal Caribbean cruise with Nathan's mother and her because Nathan had such a horrible 50th birthday party or 50th birthday. And I thought that was interesting. And one, I think is really grimy that his mother went on the trip with him and his side chick, and she knew that he was still married. That's extra grimy with a side of filth. There's no way to fix that. Because I think it's weird. I'm sorry. There's no way I can make that make sense to me. Because my mom was at my wedding when I married my only wife. So if I'm going on a cruise with my mom and a side chick, like what kind of depravity and callousness does my mom have to have in order to be okay with that? As a matter of fact, at church today, I took a picture with my mom, my wife, and my two girls. And I'm just thinking like, yo, what is wrong with your heart if you can go, like if my mom, like what would be wrong with my mom for her to go on a cruise with me and a side chick, knowing that my wife is alive, knowing my wife is healthy, knowing that my wife, all that stuff is right there. That is grimy, grime-tastic, super grimy. Ain't no way to make that right. I'm sorry. Let me continue though. And so Fani said she wanted to go on a cruise with Nathan because his 50th birthday was so terrible in her assessment. And I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, my wife, she took me on a cruise for my 50th birthday. And it wasn't just me and her. She was able to get my two kindergarten friends. So my two friends that I met when I was 6 and the other one I met when I was 5, their wives came with them and they were on the cruise. And my 4 best Morehouse brothers, their wives and them came on the trip. And I'm sitting there at dinner one night with the gentleman that I've known for 44 years. I'm sorry, 45 years. Me and Melvin have been friends since we've been 5. And his birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to Melvin. And I'm like, yo, like, and he was telling me the story of how when my wife called and before she had finished the conversation about we're going to go celebrate Jason's 50th birthday, we're going on this cruise, blah, blah, blah. Tell me where to go. He said, I cut her off and said, where do we send the money? Where do we send the money? She hadn't even finished the conversation. She hadn't finished telling him anything. Wherever all this, he's like, we're going. We're going. And I just thought, man, that woman, I hear in the kitchen too, by the way. So she's probably eavesdropping. She's probably ear hustling. Dear woke Christian, lady, dear woke Christians, ear hustling. But I'm like, yo, not only has God blessed me with a wonderful wife who supports and encourages and edifies and builds me up, and by the way, stays faithful to her marriage, but she corralled 12 other people. Some of them I had just met. Like I just met Melvin's wife on the cruise. I knew of her, but I had not actually met her. And when the smoke cleared, there was about 250 years worth of friendships on the cruise. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so I'm like, yo, like the amazingness of having a wonderful wife. And not only that, but that was the thing. Melvin said, yo, it says a lot about you, Jason. Because again, we've been friends for 45 years. He's known me more than my wife, longer than my wife, longer than my brother, definitely longer than my sister. And he's like, yo, it says something about you that, yo, we didn't even blink. He said, when she called me and Tony, we were already had our money in our hands, credit cards in hand, ready to go when she called. And, our travel agent was on the cruise with us because she married one of my Morehouse brothers. So she was on the cruise and she's like, yeah, Melvin and Tony were the first ones to get their money in. And I'm just like, yo, the amazingness of that in contrast to the foolishness that we discuss and talk about here as relates to the foolishness of Fani Willis and all those shenanigans. I was like, man, that is amazing. So thankfully, we had a fantastic time. We had a great time. And we sat around and laughed and cried and told jokes, all that kind of stuff like that. And being able to reflect with guys that, again, that knew me when I was a little guy in kindergarten, first grade, and my first year in college and all that kind of stuff, all the different stages and walks of life was so encouraging. So I just wanted to contrast that, because you hear this foolishness, and everybody's not like that. Not everybody's dealing with that. Many of us, by God's grace, have wonderful situations, and of course, there's always struggles. So by no means, if you've been married for 9 seconds, you know that not everything's ever sunshine and rainbows. But you know what? I'd rather sunshine and rainbow with that girl and just figure it out than be out here in these streets trying to do whatever the heck these people out here in these streets is doing, because they wilding out in these streets. That's not my game at all. A friend of mine, he was on a trip. He brought his mom because he's divorced, and we've walked together through. I mean, I've known him just as long as I've known anybody that I've gone to Morehouse with, and he tells me, like, it's hard out here dating. It's hard. He'll be the same age as me in December. And he says, like, it's rough out here. It's not what y'all think it is. And I said, you know what? It's perfectly fine. I'm good. I'm going to stay right here and be happy at home. So anyway, I just want to get that in. All right, let me get through this. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. Let's go here, right here. Right here. Nathan threw his own kids under the bus. Low as you can go, you ask me. I got a rising college student, let's just call her a senior in high school. So we're trying to get her ready, get her mindset, ready to go. And as much as I'm looking forward to her driving away to go to college, is the same that I'm going to leave the back door is always going to be open. You can always come home. And I was I'm the guy that was like, oh, when you turn 18, I'm going to kick you out. You're going to go fend for yourself. Absolutely not. Absolutely, unequivocally not. You can come home. Now, I don't want you to stay here. I want you to go and do great things. But, when I read about what he did with his, what Nathan did, discernment files with his kids, I'm like, man, look, man, me and my wife, if we had some issues like that, that's one thing. But to exact it onto the children, I think would be, man, that's just grimy. But the dude is grimy. Let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. The dude is grimy. Okay. Sybil, I don't think I understand what you talking about, boo. I'm sorry. I love you like a biscuit, though. I really do appreciate your comments, because they do help the algorithm, just like I appreciate the 101 people that have already liked this video. I appreciate it. There's almost 200 of you all that are liking this, that are watching the video. I appreciate y'all so much. Sybil, I have no idea what you're talking about. So if that be the case, feel free. Yeah, I mean, if you want to shoot me an email, maybe you want to come on the channel, we can talk about it, whatever. You want to email me, we can talk about it, it's whatever. All right. Yeah, finally talking about Cash. She's definitely feeling above the law and flaunting her crimes right in front of everyone because she's untouchable. I mean, that's kind of that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting. Absolutely. Not just her heart, but her very soul has to be damaged for a mother to condone that. Like, I cannot imagine. And I need to load the picture up. I mean, again, I took a picture of Lady Dear World Christian, the dynamic duo, and Grammy Party on Today. And I'm just like, yo, like what would have to be wrong in my mom's heart to condone that kind of foolishness? Like that's some that's some low level mess right there, man. And you meant every word of it. I know that's right, Discernment Files. Absolutely. Susie Q's in the building. Susie Q is a new mom to the fourth power. So she's just had a new little one. So shout out to Susie Q. Thank you so much for coming by, Susie. I appreciate you. Shout out to Mackenzie. Yeah, this one right here, Sybil, you got it. Sybil, I love you like a biscuit. I really do think that you mean well. But Sybil, your commentaries are not rooted in reality. I'm sorry. The commentaries that you're giving are actually starting to sound like you're just kind of like a troll. And that's going to be fine, because I do appreciate the comments, because every time you comment and say something, it does help the channel. I do appreciate that. But Sybil, you're saying stuff now that is no longer rooted in reality. Do you want me to believe, and you want me to surmise, that Nathan went through a whole divorce and his mom didn't know about it? Is that what you want us to believe? Sybil, shh, stop talking. Don't type anymore. Absolutely. 25 years to discernment. You know what? Shout. That's what we need to do. Real quick. If you are married, in the chat, real quick, how many years have you been married? Just put the years. That's all you got to do. So we have been married 22 years. Bang. Drop your how many years you've been married in the chat. Discernment Files is currently leading the pack at 25. Let's go. 20 years this year, Shara. Good job. Wonderful, faithful husband. I love hearing you men talking about your faithful marriages. Now that should win an award. Well, praise God. I did win an award. I did. I won an award 22 years ago, and I keep shining it every year, every day. There we go. The best wife on the internet, that's her. Lady Dear World Christian, that's her. Oh, that's serious right there. You divorce spouses, not children. The dad from the movie Clueless. I never saw that movie. Okay, but I like that comment. I like that comment. All right. Oh, good to see you. CA Human. I know I like calling you California Human, but good to see you. Love you like a biscuit. All right. So, okay. We got some numbers here. Okay. Of course, me, 20, 22, 36, 24 and counting. I love it. 30 and counting. I love it. Fani's dad claimed he didn't know. Well, there you go. What? Hold on one second. Mama Joe's. But if Fani had already been divorced, so that's not like new revelation. He knew that she was no longer with her previous husband. Am I supposed to believe that Nathan's mother knew that Nathan was married? I'm pretty sure she was probably at his wedding rather, and went on a trip with Nathan herself and somebody that was not the wife that she sat at the wedding. That one right there, I can't believe that. Shara says she's been married 11 years, 37 years. Kelly Michelle, 31. Q in the building, Q conundrum. What's going on, brother? Grace and peace. 20. I love it. 35. She left 8 months ago. I'm sorry to hear that, Tom Ray. All of us, true blessing. 34 on May 20th. That's a month from now. Congratulations. All right. I see you right there. Let me see. Any others? 33 last month. Congratulations. All the married people. Shout out to you all. Absolutely. 20 last June. And we're still madly in love. Okay, Cindy, I like it. Yeah, I mean, there's some numbers up in here. That's what I'm talking about. When we were sitting around the table on the ship and I'm like doing the math. I'm like, I got 200 and almost 250 years of friendship, because one of the wives I knew when we were in school. So I knew Agna, and Yolanda and Tanisha. We all went to college together with their respective husbands. So there's that relationship as well. So when you did the math, it was better than 250 years of friendship. That's crazy. And we didn't even do marriage. We didn't even do the marriage numbers. We'll do it the next time we do another one. All right. You would have been married. Okay. That's an interesting. I don't remember that. I thought that's a good question. Remember that Nathan's mom got mad about something and they left her in Orlando, because I mean that's where the port is. There's a port in Orlando, as well as Fort Lauderdale and then Miami. Before they went to Aruba, is it possible that they didn't know? Rather, she didn't know he was bringing Fani. That's interesting. Okay, I mean that's very possible. My parents have been married for 57 years. Wow. Yeah, Cindy, I think you're perfectly correct there. Yeah. Smith, you right there with me, my man. Like, she does not like when I round the wedding, when I round them up or round up. Like, you got to know it to the date, the year, the month, and the day. I was like, because when we were married 18 years, I would just say, oh yeah, we've been married 20. She was not having that. She was not having it. So don't worry about it. Your secret's safe with us. 20 something. We got you, my guy. We got you covered, bro. They made it to 63. Wow. Praise God. That's amazing. Oh my. Gotta be me. Let's just read it. Honestly, it should have been at least 45 if I hadn't made the dumbest mistake and let the good guys go. The one I was actually engaged to would have made it even longer, but he's on one I should have married. He's not the one I should have married. I got you right there. Roll the tape back, was smirking about his mom getting mad. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. I don't remember that. I will definitely go back and check that out. But I think, in my opinion, mom should have known. Like, there's no way Grammy Party would not know that. Like, there's no way I'm rolling up. How am I like, hey, mom, take on a cruise, me and somebody else. Like, there's no way. Like, my mom, there's no way. I'm sorry, it's not gonna be on. You're just not gonna be that callous. No, she's just not gonna be that callous. I'm sorry. She's gonna have questions. My mom got some questions. That was wild. I mean, yeah. I think if I'm not mistaken, I do remember that they had 2 cabins. So mom had a cabin, Nathan and Fani had a cabin. What's wrong with mom that she allowed that to even be the case? Like, why did you need a cruise that bad? Did you need to go on a cruise that bad that you had to participate and co-sign and be a part of that kind of wretchedness? Really? For real? Was it really that serious? I don't think it was that serious. I mean, I like cruises more than anybody else, but truly, I don't think that was serious. All right. Let us keep this game rolling. Let's see. All right. Looks like some good conversation going on in there. And I do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I see what you're saying, because the first question would have been, see, there we go. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way in the world I could call my mom and say, Mom, we're going to go on a cruise. Me and Patty Cake, we about to go on a cruise. My wife, there's no way. First of all, my mom would say, where's Lady Dear Will Christian? Then the next thing she's going to do is she's going to call my pastor and my chief elder and my deacon, my head deacon, and be like, Jason has lost his ever-loving mind. He's trying to go on a cruise with Patty Cake and not take his wife. Something's wrong. That's going to probably be the chain of descent. But not, oh, let me get my passport. Let me go take my ID picture. Like, no, that's not what my mom's going to be doing. Why in the world did Nathan's mom co-sign that? Like, why was she okay with that? I know it's rough, but I'm just like, wait, come on now. Okay. It's and I'm with Caustic Chameleon because I like Caustic Chameleon. Okay. It says, there are some families like that. My ex-in-laws completely abandoned me. Okay. But okay. And again, my point is there was something wrong. I'm saying this. My name is Jason, and I feel comfortable in saying this. There's something wrong with the heart of the parent that does co-sign that. So if they abandon their daughter-in-law, there's something wrong internally in their own hearts. Their own hearts are callous. Their own hearts are in the wrong place. I'm just going to say that. So if they abandon you, Costa Camellia, if she abandoned Joycelyn, that shows and proves that there's the issue with them. And she should never been like, she should say, sure, y'all going to do what you're going to do, but I'm not co-signing that. I'm not going to be a participant in your debauchery and depravity. That could have been easy, because I know they smell the air of mendacity. I know she smelled the odor of mendacity. She didn't have to go on a cruise. She didn't have to. And I'm sorry, there's no way you can make me believe that he's surprised and be like, oh, surprised at the port of call. I mean, at the port in Orlando, rolled up with him and Fani and not his wife. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. But it shows that, Mom, there's something wrong with you. You shouldn't have co-signed that. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. You would, and the thing is, if we switched sins, because people are quick to give duck and cover to sexual sins. They're quick to do that, but they wouldn't say, like, if Nathan was a drug fiend, they would not give him the same duck and cover. They wouldn't do that. But in this regard, they'll just like, oh, turn a blind eye, like, oh, he's just got a chick on the side. No, that's inappropriate. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And again, my name is Jason. I'm giving social commentary and such like that from a Christian male perspective. So that's my basis. And it's wrong across the board. Like I said, it was wrong for Fani to be involved with a married man. It was wrong for Nathan as a married man to be involved with another woman. It's wrong for mom or dad to co-sign their children behaving in that nature, in that manner. If my mom co-signed me misbehaving like that, that would be wrong on her, just as much as it's wrong on me. I'm sorry. I don't see another way to make that make sense. Okay. Are you the whistleblower? Somebody said that they are the Fulton County whistleblower. Okay. Hey, shoot me an email. I'd love to, if you would like to talk, I'd love to talk to you if that's possible. Rebecca says, I agree completely as a Christian. You could not condone that as a parent, regardless of the circumstances. That's it. And again, like maybe you think like, you know what, man, my daughter shouldn't have married that guy, or my son, oh, that's not a good look. But at this point, now that they're married. And I should try everything within my power to keep them married, short of like, abuse or something like that. And I don't think that was the case. Oh, mercy. Speaking of abuse, see, that's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get. So come on, pick them up. Hold on, let me see. Look, hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. We got a raider. Okay, see, there she is, harassing me. Get out of here.
I don't want to.
Get out of here.
Like, chat, I'm really hungry. Dog, I'm not gonna fry.
You're really hungry.
I'm low-key
Is there
hungry.
is there not another adult in the house?
That adult has a laundry list of things to do.
Oh, I don't even know what to do.
All out on a sheet of paper for
Oh, mercy. Oh, my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, President Firstborn has stopped by again. Why are you here?
Why not?
Why are you harassing me? Stop harassing me.
Love you.
Step over to this side.
Wait, where?
In this camera angle. Oh my gosh. Why are you like this? Get out of here.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, baby. Love you.
More hats.
That's what I got to put up with, y'all. That's what I got to put up with. Oh, man. Absolutely. Shara, this is that. Sybil, for real. Sybil, I'm going to just go ahead and, there you go, right there. If you feel free, you can email me, dealworldc@gmail.com. We can definitely have a conversation. But Sybil, yeah, I don't think that your commentary is no longer actually edifying. So I'm going to actually I'm going to have to skip over it because you're not saying stuff that actually benefits, in my opinion, the conversation. That's President Firstborn. That's her. That's my buddy. So apparently they are doing like mass laundry day. And so apparently nothing can get done except laundry. So that's it. What is he got here? Gotta be me. Judge McAfee used the wrong word. As soon as I heard it, I corrected him in my mind. I coined the accurate phrase, which is the odor of mandacity. You're out of control. So is that how you pronounce? Is that it? Mandacity? Or I thought it was mend. Is it proper? Are you being comical or is it really? Because I thought it was mendacity. MEN. I actually have the video clip of it. Where is it? Y'all pray for me. I'm going to get this Ecamm thing down. I'm going to be a beast when I finally figure it out. At the current moment, I am not a beast with this thing. I cannot find it. Where's that video? The odor of mendacity. I don't see it. All right, I'll leave it alone. Because all I'm going to do is mess up something. I'm going to leave it alone. Eventually, I'm gonna get nice with it. Okay, all right. It is mendacity. That's what I thought. But there's mandacity. I got you. Because Fani has an issue with a man. This is a cool hat. I did not. Needless to say, when I went out of town, I left my hat here, so I had to get a hat while I was gone. I like this one. I just wish it was darker. That was my only issue. I like it. It fits nice. It's sweat resistant. It's easy to crush down into your suitcase and that kind of stuff. I just wish it was. Yeah, and here's my email, Sybil, and we'll end it like this: dearwokesee@gmail.com. Here's my email. You're welcome to email me. There's my email, Sybil. I do pray for Fani. I pray that she repents and that she turns to Christ, trusting Christ and Christ alone for not only the forgiveness of her sins, but the salvation of her soul. And I pray the same thing for Nathan and Ashley and Terrence and anyone else that's not a believer. So that's what I'm praying for her. So yes, I do pray for Fani Willis. What's going on, Eric? Good to see you. Grace and peace. There you go right there, Sybil. dearwokesee@gmail.com. She got man problems, that's for sure. I got you now. It is mandacity then in that regard. You are correct. You're correct. Hey, I got, what's that, 157 of y'all watching it. I appreciate y'all so very much. Let you know real quick, let you know a little bit since y'all are here, give y'all a little inside scoop. Thank you all very much for everybody who's subscribed to the channel, as well as those who become members of the channel as well. I really do appreciate it. And because of that, we are going to be playing on Thursday. We are going to be playing Critical Race Theory Bingo. If you've never played Critical Race Theory Bingo, I'm just going to tell you right now, it is meant to be as out of control as possible. Because I don't subscribe to critical race theory, social justice, Black Lives Matters, systematic oppressions, or any of that. I don't subscribe to it. I don't believe that biblically I have any reason to subscribe to those teachings. So that being the case, I make fun of them. So I've taken several, the video montage is pretty good. So I've taken several of these little talks where they talk about these things like systemic racism and white oppression and white privilege and such like that. And I've taken those words and I've put them on a bingo board. And on Thursday, you'll be able to grab a bingo board and we're going to watch together. I might actually even have a guest on Thursday as well. And we're going to play bingo. We're going to watch the videos and we're going to just play bingo and see who wins. Everybody's a winner, but I think it'll be fun. So that's going to be on Thursday. But on Tuesday, I'm going to have Keith Foskey from Conversations with the Calvinists. We're going to be talking about the elections and, what should be Christians' understanding as it relates to, the lesser of two evils, or how can you vote for this person and so on and so forth. What's our civic duty? So we're going to be talking about that on Tuesday. At the current moment, I don't have anything planned for Monday, but anything could change. Trust me. The Trump trial in New York, anything could change. Okay. Yeah, actually I have 2 recordings in my studio on tomorrow, Monday. Actually, my editor was just emailing me, texting me about that. I have 2 recordings, but at the current moment, I have nothing planned for us on Monday, but anything can happen. Anything can change. So back to Critical Race Theory Bingo. Because we've hit our goal of members, we're going to play Critical Race Theory Bingo. If you follow me on Fighting for the Faith this past Friday, we played Prophecy Bingo. Exact same premise, just taking crazy vacuous terms that people use in the Christian faith, in the Christian space that have no real meaning, and playing bingo with them and just making fun of them. So anyway, if you're a member of the channel, you'll be able to get a bonus word. If you subscribe to the channel, you get a bonus word. There's going to be a couple of different tiers to help everybody at least get close to blackout bingo as possible, because it's going to be ridiculous. So that's Thursday. And this coming Saturday, I think something that a lot of people don't realize is here in Atlanta, there are a lot of YouTubers here in Atlanta. And you may or may not know, I actually own a recording studio where we record people's podcasts and audio tracks and interviews, all that kind of stuff like that at Podium Studios. So on this Saturday, please forgive me, at noon, I'm hosting a YouTuber meetup, and we're going to do a live stream at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So if you ever hung around, you'll be surprised who might show up. You might be surprised. So that is the plan on Saturday at 1 o'clock. You'll see the information will be popping up in the community page. If you're on my Discord, you'll be in the Discord as well. So all that kind of good stuff, how to get your bingo board for Thursday, all that will be popping up very soon. So just wanted to let you know all those kind of things are coming up this week, and we should have a blast. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, look what we got here. All right, what we got? Yeah, Jesus said, "Pray for my enemies." I'm praying for them. Even though she tried to get me on Rico, I'm not gonna give up. I'm still gonna pray for Fani. Rico. All right, let's see what we got. Smith Trotter, what did you say? Some people said that you said something good. Did I miss it? I feel like I missed it. Menda City. I got you there. I see what you did there. All right. Snatch it. Absolutely. Fanny's lies hurt people's kids. Didn't get any help because of her. I mean, really? All right. Oh, thank you so much. That's a great question. Gotta be me. Thank you so much. Please make sure, if you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I try not to put announcements out too far in advance because, YouTube etiquette, if you will. If you put them out too far in advance, people tend to forget about them. So I usually put them out 36 hours to 24 hours ahead of time. So I plan to make the official announcement for Critical Race Theory Bingo on Tuesday evening, but I'm going to put up the community post. I'm going to put up the link so you can download your own bingo board and all that kind of stuff on Tuesday, and then make sure everybody has it on Wednesday. So Thursday when we go live, everybody's got their own bingo boards and we can all have some fun. My goal is eventually get to the place where we can see your bingo board. Now that'll be crazy. Kind of like a Brady Bunch type of situation where we can see your bingo board while we're playing it, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet. But this is the best way possible. So we won't be able to see it. You'll just have to comment in the chat when you've actually hit bingo, but we'll get there. So yeah, it's going to be this Thursday coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Atlanta time. All right, many blessings. Thank you so much, Discernment Files. Thank you so much. Yes, please hit that bell and subscribe so you won't miss bingo. Absolutely. And I'm going to try my best to make sure everybody... Okay, I've tried that. I've tested it, and it just didn't go like I thought it would. But if you know a way, Jackson, if you know a way to do it as a Zoom, I'm not opposed to it. It's just not, there's some hiccups, and I'll have to make that work, but I would gladly do it. I won't be able to pull it off for this Thursday because I got everything ironed out this Thursday. But future episodes of CRT Bingo or Woke Bingo or whatever we decide to call it after that, shoot me an email, please. Will you shoot me an email? Or if there's like a YouTube video or an instructional, I'm not opposed to it. Again, I'm not the best with it, and I want to make sure it's functional for everybody, but I'm not opposed to it. So shoot me, if you could, shoot me an email. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's going to be on Thursday. And then on Saturday, we have a live stream with all the other content creators in the area. There is very possible you might see Rick, you might see April. It's very possible you might see some people from Alabama coming in town. just to do this. I mean, it's going to be crazy because we want to do a regular live stream with content creators and Christian content creators here in Atlanta. There's no reason not to. I mean, I can house them right there at the studio. So that's the hope and the goal, is to start doing that more frequently. So you'll see that this coming Saturday. And I appreciate it. Let me see what else I had to discuss this fine evening. I think that's it. Thank y'all so much. Oh, by the way, if you were ever interested, and you're like, okay, Jason, you've talked about it, but what is actually Podium Studio? Well, I appreciate you asking. All right, I just dropped the link to my studio if you're ever interested in finding out exactly what I do. That's my day job. I have a podcast studio where we help people do their podcasting. And there's the link there as well. So you can kind of see what we do and get a better feel for it. If that's something you're interested in and want to know more about what we're doing, there you go. Texas Hispanics for Trump. Man, I got a lot of people from Texas, man. I love Texas. I love it. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Saul Flores Garza, thank you so much. Oh, I do want to say thank you again. Also, thank you for this new camera. So all of your support is going to help me cop a new camera for here at Whitaker Park. And eventually I'm going to go ahead and add a new camera as well as another microphone for our producer desk at Podium Studios. So then our producer can actually be a part of the show as well. Because when we're doing live streams like that, and if they're saying something or they're adding commentary, at the current moment, we only have 4 microphones and 3 cameras. So the goal is to add a 4th camera that would be on the producer at the producer's desk, and the producer will have his own microphone. So I want to thank you all so much because we have a second microphone, or rather we have a second camera here at Whitaker Park. Thank y'all. And okay. All right, Smith Trotter. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the community post. The only thing, matter of fact, I'm going to do a poll to find out how many people actually want to play, because I'm going to buy custom bingo boards for everybody. So that poll is going to be coming up on the community post on my channel very quickly. So I just want to see how many people are actually want to play. Is it going to be 100 people, 200 people playing, 300? I don't know. That's going to be crazy. That would be bananas if I had 300 people playing a game. I would love it though. I would not be mad at all. But so yeah, everybody will get an opportunity, and I'm gonna put a poll up. Actually, I'm gonna go and put the poll right now on the community post right now on my channel at this moment. Let me just drop it in there right now so you all can. I had it scheduled to go out tomorrow, but I'm just doing it now, and just kind of let me know who all is thinking about playing the game, so I can kind of get a gauge on how many bingo boards I need to purchase. All right, let's go here, and it is live now. Okay, it's going live at 8:30. It won't let me do it right now, so I'll do it 8:30. Bang. All right, it'll be up in a second. So if you go to the community page, you'll see it. We'll do this. Okay, it will let me drop this in here. Okay, I think this works. All right. So that's a link. And I'm just doing a poll to see how many people are actually going to want to participate. And then we can, but everybody will get an opportunity if you follow me on my community page. So there we go right there. I appreciate y'all so much. This is dope. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for not only liking the video, not only hanging out with me, giving me your 2 cents and such like that, but for all the support and love that y'all show in the live chat. I say it a lot, but the live chat here is the best live chat in the world. Okay. We got the Hot Wheels Museum. We got the Guinness Book of World Records. We got everybody, Nobel Peace Prize. We're winning it all. This live chat is winning at every step of the game. So I just want to say thank you all so much. Thank you so much to the moderators. You all keep this thing going in the right direction, because trust me, I'm over here jibber jabbering and I don't want to miss anything. And y'all keep it in the middle of the road. And I've reached out. Please, absolutely. I don't want to be presumptuous, but you might want to. I've actually reached out to lead as well as AV to the seventh power. I would love for them to come by. I would love for them to come by since they're both right down the street around the corner. It got to be me. I've reached out to them. I've made my request known. So I would love for them to come by, even if it's not for, if they just, I'd love for them to come by, just kind of see what we're doing over there. If there's any way we could help them out. But even more than that, I think it'd be just fun to collaborate with them and hear their mindset and on certain things. I've reached out to them. I don't know what else to do. So I know they're busy, and such like that. But if you know a way, hey, put in a good word for me. Bingo, we're doing on Thursday. This Thursday coming up, the 25th. Is that 25th? Double check the date. Yeah, it's the 25th. So we're doing bingo on the 25th at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. But it'll be fun. No matter what, we're just having a good time making fun of the silliness that is called woke ideology. Yeah, it's nothing. And there's two people that have said they're coming. I will, as soon as they send me their picture for the thumbnail, then I'll believe that they're coming. So there's two people said they're coming from Alabama, Mark. So I'm looking forward to that. It's nothing. It's only 2 hours. It's almost as far as Fani would drive to come put me on the RICO charges. But everybody, I want to thank y'all so much. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the pushback. Thank you for helping me out in the chat if I said something wrong or out of pocket. Thank y'all for the suggestions, by the way. Some of you all have suggested some great content for me to look into, and I really do mean that. I appreciate it. If you think of something else, you can always shoot me an email. Do not hesitate. I'll do my best. I'll try my best to get back to you. So even let you know that I saw it or that I'm not going to be able to do anything with it or I'm passing to somebody else, whatever like that. So you can always email me, dearwokesy@gmail.com. If you run across something new, like if you come across the full video of Fani accepting her Woman of Influence award, my goodness, in the morning, I would love to hear what she had to say. I'm like, how did you diss me like that? Like, you let me down like that. But no matter what, I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And again, as I was saying before, moderators, thank you so much for what you all do. It means a lot. It does mean a lot, because this thing would not be going on like this if it weren't for y'all. So I really do appreciate you. Let's do this again real soon. If anything pops up, anything gets caught in the traps, y'all know I'm gonna jump back in here. So I didn't plan to do anything tomorrow, but I got 2 recordings, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. So if anything pops off, you know where I'll be. I forgot to tell you that the Young Female Attorneys channel, if you want, contact her. Oh yeah, I know AV to the 7th Power. I know her. I've reached out to her already. So I've put the ask out there. I put the ask out to her. I put the ask out to Lead. I put the ask out to Phil, Ashley. Because the funny thing is, Ashley Merchant, Phil Holloway, Rachel Kirkman, the Scorpion Queen, they're not really far from me. They're not far at all. So I've put the ask out there. So I've requested it. I made my request known. So if it happens, it happens. If not, I'm okay with it. I understand that these people are busy, so they're not just sitting around doing nothing. So I will remember. Shara, I will call you and say, Shara, I'm about to go live. No, usually I'm driving to school, take my second born to school, and I get some kind of inspiration, and then I just floor it and run home and jump in front of the camera. So, it's craziness. It's craziness. So yeah, but back to that, if you do have a collaboration that you think I should do, feel free to let me know as well. dearwokesy@gmail.com. I gladly will consider it. I'd love to meet new people, especially in this law space. This law space is just totally bananas. I'm loving it. And I appreciate you all for listening to me today. But everybody, thank you all so much. Have a blessed rest of your Sunday. Have a fantastic rest of the week. I'm looking forward to, Lord willing, to see you all on Tuesday with Keith. We'll be talking about the election. Maybe I'll surprise him with that Joe Biden video and see what he has to say. Don't tell him. Maybe I'll pop that up on him and just shock him real quick. But everybody, thank you all so much. Let's do it again real soon. And until then, everybody, grace and peace. Take care.